Delphox is a starter in Generation 6, and we haven't seen it since the 2014 VGC metagame. However, it does have some new tricks in Generation 9 with access to Expanding Force, and we're going to be trying out this team that was able to hit 1700 in one of the global challenges. This Delphox team was able to break through the 1700 rating in the global challenge, a best of one close sheet tournament. It has a lot of tricks. We have the standard size spam mode, but Delphox is actually one of the faster Expanding Force users, which is able to do a lot of damage under that side terrain and outspeed quite a few things such as the Landorus-I form, a few different Ogerpon speeds, which is really nice as you are able to hit them with very powerful Expanding Force before they are able to attack. We have pretty standard Nasty Plot with Focus Sash, which actually is able to help out because you can go for Nasty Plot if they bring you down to the Focus Sash. You do have access to Blaze afterward, increasing your fire type moves, or you can just hit them with a very powerful Expanding Force. Indeed, the standard one with a Follow Me Trick Room set with the Rocky Helmet to support the Delphox and Trick Room for the other mons. We have a Belly Drum Iron Hands that is able to surprise and do a lot of damage inside the Trick Room if you are able to accomplish it. Following that, we have the Wellspring Ogerpon, another Follow Me Reductimon for a setup for Nasty Plot or Belly Drum, always something helpful. A Choice Scarf Regidrago, which is able to do a lot of damage and surprise opponents by outspeeding and dishing out a ton of damage with that dragon energy, or potentially firing off one really powerful fast Draco Meteor. And finally, we have this Defiant Tornadus that's able to scare away Intimidate, but catch them by surprise if they try to lead something like Incineroar to help take care of the Delphox. You can get the Defiant ability, and King's Rock can buy you a turn to set up potentially with that Delphox with the Fling King's Rock, which allows you to flinch an opponent for one turn and then fire back with a very powerful Acrobatics that is boosted after you get rid of your held item, and Hammer Arm to catch some surprise factors that might be able to resist Delphox, again like Incineroar. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. Alright, we have a Tornadus, a Landorus Incarnate, Chi-Yu, Fluttermane, Ogerpon, and Urshifu. I think Chi-Yu is like an auto loss. I don't know how I'm beating a Chi-Yu. I don't think this team beats a Chi-Yu. Unironically, I do not think this team beats a Chi-Yu by far. I'm trying to see an out to Chi-Yu, and I'm just like, I do not see the answer. I have an Ogerpon Wellspring, but the problem is that I take too much damage. It's like really the big problem. I think I'm gonna lead Ogerpon. I just don't know how I'm breaking through this. I feel like I want to bring Delphox and try to get Trick Room up. Ironically, I think I want Trick Room up. I don't know. This just seems really tough. He also might have Sunny Day on the Torn. Yeah, I don't know how I'm beating Chi-Yu on this with this team. Is it Ogerpon Indie? I think it might be Ogerpon Indie. Back is Delphox, and don't think it's Drago. I think it's Iron Hand. How do I beat Chi-Yu with this team? I've been trying to figure out a Chi-Yu answer because like Chi-Yu's always paired with Fluttermane, so I just don't know. It's like Wellspring Ogerpon, sure, but usually the problem with bringing Wellspring Ogerpon is A, you have to commit to Terra, and then B, they have like their own Ogerpon which can just grass move you if you decide to Terra, so you just get immediately punished. Chi-Yu Ogerpon is also like a really bad problem because I don't have a resist. So I'm gonna try it out. We'll see. I don't know if we'll be able to do anything with this, but I do think that Chi-Yu is a very big problem. Daily Tornadus Landorus though. All right. I'm slow on my Ogerpon, so I think this is probably acceptable. All right. I'm just gonna go for, do I want to Terra at all? Is there any Terra that might save me later? Because the thing is, I could go for the Ivy Cudgel into the Landorus, but they could go on a Wellspring Ogerpon. But I have a feeling they're going to try to pressure the Indie. You know what? I'm just going to go for the Ivy Cudgel, and I'm going to go for Trick Room. I think this Def Boost is probably going to be important anyway, because even if I have to switch out Ogerpon, I think it's actually nice against the Chi-Yu if I have to switch into it. So let's see. I don't love this position. I really don't. I could have Psychic this turn, but the thing is, if I don't get Trick Room up this turn, I don't think I'm ever getting Trick Room up because If I take the KO Landorus, I think the Chiyu's coming in. We're going to see a Terra from the Landorus. Okay, going to be the Terra Poison. That's fine. I can Psychic it because I have Psychic with the NDD, so I'm okay with this. Let's see what they went for. Probably Bleak Winds. Maybe they went for Bleak Wind Sands here, or did they go for Sludge Bombs, Bleak Wind? They could have also went for Rain Dance, but that's okay. We have a lot of bulk on the Ogre Pond, so we should be able to tank one attack or two. We should definitely live this turn, I think, with both. The Entity also has some investment. Bleak Wind, they miss. Okay, missing Ogre Pond's nice because I always am able to tank an attack here. Sludge Bomb, did they double up? Yeah, they did. Okay. But yeah, I'm able to tank it just fine. And based on the Bleak Wind damage, they weren't doing that much. Okay, so this is actually pretty nice. I'm able to get an Ivy Cudgel off in the Landorus. Beautiful. And here comes a Trick Room. I'm not really too concerned about Landorus. It's so weakened at this point. I think my play is just to double up the Torn slot with Psychic plus the... Yeah, I'm just going to double up the Torn slot with Psychic plus Ivy Cudgel. If Lando protects, then Torn has that protect or it's going down this turn anyway. Unless they have Sunny Day and want to go for Sunny Day, that's okay here. But let's put on the pressure against the other slot while we have the opportunity to. Definitely wasn't expecting this lead, but it works out. As we're playing on a Trick Room. We have some pretty good terms. We're gonna see the Lander switch out. Ogre Pond? Yeah, okay, perfect. So we should be getting a Torn here. Yeah, they don't have Protect, so I get a free Psychic off. So they didn't bring Fluttermane or Chiyu or both. It has to be Chiyu, right? Maybe Cudgel. By Torn. That's a good one. A Psychic would have been nice in the Ogre Pond too. I wouldn't mind going for the Psychic in the Ogre Pond, but this is still a really good position. Now let's see if we don't throw it away. Chiyu coming in would be very threatening. We do have Iron Hands, but don't know. We'll see. Because do I want to Ivy Cudgel? No, they went Landorus for some reason. Huh? Okay. I don't know why they went Landorus, but I'll take it. If that's the case, I kind of want to Spike his Shield to Ogre Pond, and I just want to click Psychic into... I really want to click Psychic into Ogre Pond as well. Because Ogre Pond is the biggest threat. Do they just not have Chiyu? Or do they not have Follow Me on the Ogre Pond? Landorus protects. Is it a double protect? Okay, it's a double protect. That's fine. I feel like I should just always Psychic Follow Me. Or not Psychic Follow Me. Hornleech Follow Me to Landorus slot. But I don't really mind the Landorus too much. Although if I lose Entity, I do lose the Psychic Terrain, so that means I don't have Expanding Force for later, which is concerning. The time to let Ogre Pond go? I'd be very scared about the Chiyu endgame. Although I think it's manageable. I think I want to go for... You know what? I'm going to go for Hornleech into Landorus. I'm going to swap out. I'm going to go into Iron Hands. If they go for Sandsea Storm or Earth Power, that's okay by me. As a free switch to... I think a free switch to Delphox is not a bad scenario. They're going to go for Follow Me. That's all right. So I get a free Hornleech into the Ogre Pond. And that might be all the damage I need to set up for a Delphox situation. Okay. They did go for Sandseared, which is okay. Ogre Pond dodges, which is really nice. They hit the Iron Hands. Iron Hands is able to tank it. Okay. Is this a double protect in the end game? I'm going to go I think this double protect is still out the last Tailwind. I'm going to play a bit aggressive. I'm just going to go for a Thunder Punch into the Landorus. Let's see if I'm right, because I do expect a double protect. By how they've been playing the protect game. So let's see. Delphox in. They do protect the Landorus. I think this is also protect the Ogre Pond. We'll see. Nice. Okay, that's good. So now I can click Expanding Force and hard swap into Indeedee. The question is, how well am I handling? I mean, the Flutter Mane can't tear. The Chi-Yu still concerned, but I think it's not that bad. I want to say Expanding Force KOs Ogerpon. I think it does. If it's Chi-Yu, I do have my Ogerpon healthy because it did dodge the attack earlier from the Landorus. I also still have Indeedee pretty healthy. So I even with them without the miss, I think I would have been still okay. But let's see. Indeedee, Expanding Force. I outspeed Landorus-I, which is the good reason of running, I guess, Delphox if you ever run it for some reason. Expanding Force. I don't know if it knocks out the Ogerpon. That's my only issue. Also, the Ogerpon can be faster than the Delphox. It does have base 110 speed. A lot of them outrun Landorus, and we saw that it was faster than their Landorus. I don't know if it's faster than the Delphox, because you have to go a few points, I think, above. Okay, yeah, they're in that speed tier in between. So I am able to get Expanding Force. Double knockout, beautiful, and then it's up to the last Pokemon. Oh, crit. Again, I don't know if it mattered. It depends on the last Pokemon, I think. If it's Chi-Yu, I think I was fine. And I don't know. I don't know if that mattered, but getting a knockout on Ogerpon is still really huge, so perfect. Let's see who this is coming up. Because they did not bring a Chi-Yu. It's Flutter Mane. They did not bring Chi-Yu. I'm so shocked, actually. Flutter Mane comes in, gonna be a booster energy. I think with Flutter Mane, like also the Ogerpon, especially speed booster, I think Ogerpon just won the game once I picked up a knockout, but yeah. I can just click Expanding Force into the Flutter Mane. I go for Trick Room, and then I wrap it up from here. That was gonna be forfeited. Just not bring Chi-Yu. For some reason, just not bring Chi-Yu. But Delphox was able to clean up with a very nice Expanding Force endgame, so I will take it. Tyranitar, Tornadus, Okidogi for Rigorath for Shifu and Incineroar. I assume that's going to be water or Shifu. If you have triple dark, that's something. Okidogi is weak to Delphox, but they do have double dark, maybe triple, but I don't think it'd be the case. So I got some tools that I can manage here. The Iron Hands is actually really good. I don't need the Assault Vest in this game, and they also have 4 physical attackers, I suppose. So I do like Iron Hands. Iron Hands, Delphox is not bad if I can get rid of the dark types, specifically the Tyranitar. I think I actually really like Torn here. Torn actually can do some surprise with the King's Drots. So thinking Torn, I think I need Indeedee, I guess is the question. I feel like Expanding Force is not even worth it, but if I do want to bring Delphox, it does give me a pretty decent power up. Do I want Wellspring? I feel like Wellspring's kind of needed. I think I do want Wellspring. I think I'll have Delphox without the Expanding Force. As much as I don't like it, it's still like usable as a Mon because I can still pressure Okidogi. I still think having a fast Mon, especially for Shifu if it isn't Choice Scarf, I think is pretty big. So let's try it out. I do think that the Torn can definitely catch some surprise, especially with the Hammer Arm if they're not expecting it. So I will find out. We're gonna see the lead of the Okidogi plus the Tornadus. All right, Iron Hands plus the Torn. Man, I wish I just had immediate pressure to click. Or if I just let Delphox, it'd be amazing. But they would just get a free switch to Tyranitar, I think. So my best play would probably be to protect Torn, I think, and go for a Thunder Punch into the Tornadus. I don't want a Belly Drum because I don't really need Belly Drum. I don't need to preserve the health on Iron Hands. It's not necessary. I think just turning the Torn is probably the best idea. It's kind of for what they're going to do. Oh, they're going to click Taunt because they're thinking Tailwind. Okay, if they do that play the next turn, I could go for the Fling. But I don't know if it's really that great. High Horsepower going to come out. That did so much damage, actually. That did do so much damage. If they're confident in being a faster Torn, I think that I might get the KO with Thunder Punch into their Torn. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Also, I don't remember the Iron Hands actually had an attack investment, which it doesn't. But that was a really strong high horsepower. That choice band Okidogi? I actually no, high horsepower would do a lot. I don't know. It just seems like I'm used to like Rillaboom high horsepower damage, and I have physical defense on the Iron Hands. So I don't know. I'm just gonna go for acrobatics into the Torn, I think, and I'm just gonna go into Ogerpon. If they have Bleak Wind and they go for it, they have to be max speed, I guess, which is a pretty big deal because they would have to outspeed my Torn and win the speed tie. So let's see. They are going to just Tailwind, which is not surprising because they want to get the Tailwind up as a last ditch effort. High horsepower should be coming out once again in the Ogerpon. Yeah, I feel like that's so much damage for the Okidogi. I feel like it should be choice banded. We are able to KO the Horn. And I guess we're going to see what's coming out next. All right. So we got some Tailwind turns to stall out. If I can get Torn in a really good position, I really like the idea. We're going to see what is this Pokemon coming in. Going to be Tyranitar. Yep, not surprising. Okay. I like the idea of just double protecting. Unless the Tyranitar or Okidogi have set up. I'm not too concerned the Okidogi sets up, but we are going to see the Okidogi retreat. I think that has to be choice band. Like, the damage was just too impressive. We're going to see the switch out into Farigiraf. Okay, so they brought Farigiraf. And we're going to see a Terra actually immediately from the Tyranitar. So we're going to find out the Terra type going to be the Terra Grass. Huh. I guess they're scared of the damage that I can do with my Ogerpon, but that ends up working out pretty well for me. Okay. So we will protect our Torn. We'll see what they decide to click afterward. I think this is helping and Rock Slide coming out. They might Rock Slide Psychic to try and catch the Iron Hands on the switch. We will go for the double protect here. I actually really like the situation because not only did Tyranitar give up its rock typing, so you know I don't have to hammer arm lower my speed, but also like they don't have an acrobatic switch in anymore, so that's actually really nice. All right, so now I want damage on the Farigiraf. Damage on the Farigiraf is going to be pretty key. The question is, who would I want to Terra? I'm not Terraing my Delphox, I'm pretty sure. Iron Hands is not Terraing. Torn Terra is very weak here. I think the only one that's useful is either Torn or Delphox. I think I'm going to go Iron Hands for sure, though. I'm going to click Horn Leech into the Farigiraf and try to stall out this Tailwind. So let's see if this is going to be the case. We bring out the Iron Hands. Rock Slide going to come out. Ooh, I probably could have survived. Ooh, Hyper Voice. All right. Ogerpon's able to survive. Nice. And get the Horn Leech off. Great. No Throat Spray either on the Farigiraf, which is actually interesting. All right. Rocky Helmet. Okay. This Farigiraf, it's going to come down to a few things. One, does it click Trick Room this turn, but does Tyranitar pick up the knock on Iron Hands in that case? I think my best play would be to Drain Punch the Farigiraf. The problem is, how much attack investment do I have? 160, 176. That was a Horn Leech, so same power basically, but the Iron Hands is weaker. I'm a little bit worried about the sequencing of Trick Room here because the Tailwind is petering out for them and they think I have the fast mode, so this is not exactly super ideal. I do want to Drain Punch. And I think I sack Ogerpon because I don't really need Ogerpon in this game. We're going to see Rock Slide come out, pick up the knock on Ogerpon. This was just in case they went for a greedy, like, low kicking the Iron Hands plus a Trick Room. Okay, they go for Dowsing Gleam. That's perfectly fine. All right. I didn't need Ogerpon to win the end game anyway. The Rio Star is just going to be the Tornadus next to the Delphox. This end game might get a little bit sus. I am bringing out the Torn. I'm bringing out the Delphox. I just don't know if it's Assault Vest on the Tyranitar. Oh boy, I'm hoping Delphox can bring this one home. I could take the KO here on the Tyranitar, but I could also just go for a fling into one of the slots. If Heatwave KO'd the Delphox, KO'd here, I'd be in a really, really nice position. Fortunately, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Torn can maybe live one Rock Slide, but it's close. I'm going to Fling, and I'm... Oh, I feel like that this is not the right move. I'm going to Heat Wave. I should have thought about this more. I think tearing the Torn was better, because if I tear the Torn, I could have went for Acrobatics potentially for the knockout, or I could have went for the target. Yeah, I think I should have teared the Torn. I think Terra Torn made more sense because Heat Wave Acrobatics would have been more threatening. Regardless, let's see what happens. Fling. So King's Rock. I just want to make sure I get rid of Farigiraf. If I missed a Heat Wave, it's actually not a bad situation. Or I did. Okay, that's actually not terrible. It is Assault Vest on the Tyranitar. They do go for Rock Slide. Torn does survive, which is huge, and we did flinch the Farigiraf. Do we survive the Sand? I think we do by 2. Or I guess 3. Okay. This is the last turn of Sand, right? So it disappears next turn? Oh, yeah. We're good. Well, we're not good yet. We still have some things that could go wrong. I'm going to Acrobatics the Tyranitar, and I'm just going to click Expanding Force, pick up the knock on the Farigiraf. Because if they want to get rid of the Torn, it has to be the Okidogi. A little bit of a sloppy endgame. It worked out here. I think if I hit the Giraffe, I actually do still win anyway, guaranteed. Actually, I think it was actually like they could have maybe got me somehow with a switch, because this would have been Okidogi. We pretty much confirmed his Choice Band, I think, and then I would have just been able to go for Expanding Force in that slot. The big question was Tyranitar able to pick up the knockouts in my Torn and the Delphox, but thankfully, even with the Sand, no. And it's because the Tyranitar had a decent amount of bulk with the ability to take the Heat Waves really well, so I had a feeling. But it could have been scary. They were able to knock out the Torn. Missing the Farigiraf was actually good because I'd be able to Heat Wave. But yeah, definitely not my smoothest game for sure. But I am going to be able to take the knockout onto the Okidogi. Not with the Acrobatics, but we will be able to with the Expanding Force from the Delphox in the end game. Yeah, again, sloppy. But these two Pokemon had enough firepower to actually come back in the game, and survivability, surprisingly, for like how low their defenses are. I do think that a Terra was important there. Still trying to think if I could Terra the Torn, just go for Acrobatics. That's kind of the problem with this Torn set, is like I have to go for the Fling in order to get the power of the Acrobatics, which is like the disappointing part. The Fling can catch off guard, but sometimes you just want the immediate damage there, and I definitely did. Salamence, Fluttermane, Landorus Incarnate Form, Amoonguss, Tornadus, and Urshifu. I wonder if it's water or dark. I can't really tell on this team. If it's dark, it's harder, but if it's water, they don't have a switch in to psychic moves at all. That'd be really, really nice. I think I'm gonna go Delphox plus Indeedee. I think it's really strong in this matchup because I can potentially get Trick Room up here. And then I think in the back, I think I want Ogerpon and Regidrago. The only problem is going to be the Fluttermane. I think Fluttermane is like the most threatening Pokemon, but if I am able to handle it, I think it's really nice. The Iron Hands, I don't think it's really, unless Iron Hands has a specific game where it can like lead instead of Belly Drum, I think it's a pretty weak mon overall, unless I'm going for a specific Trick Room strat. I don't know if I will click Trick Room in this game. I kind of like the idea of just expanding force through this team, especially since I'm thinking the coverage on the Urshifu will probably be water. Like, that's my gut impression. It's going to be water. With like Rain Dance on the Torn and Sensitive Storm on the Lando. I could be absolutely wrong, but that is what my instinct is telling me. So if it's dark, it's not even too bad. It really depends on what they would lead, but I do have Expanding Force, just very fast Expanding Force. Like, I am faster than Landorus Incarnate even, so that's one thing that's actually really good about the Delphox, I suppose. It is actually a pretty decent speed tier. It's not the fastest Pokemon, but in this case, it's faster than everything besides the Torn and Choice Scarf mods, and Fluttermane, I guess. Which we are going to see the Torn Fluttermane. Okay. Because I will lead Indeedee plus Delphox. Do I expect Trick Room coming out turn 1, I guess is the question? Or Tailwind, I suppose? I kind of want to go for Helping Hand Expanding Force. If I can get the Expanding Force knockout, I feel like I'm in a good spot. They might go for the pressure into the Indie. I don't have Helping Hand though, so that's out of the question. I guess I could Expanding Force Protect. I don't see them doubling up the Delphox this turn. You know what? I am going to go for Expanding Force Protect here. Let's just see if they double up the Indie or not. This could be Dazzling Gleam Bleak Wind, but I'm not too sure. They go for Rain Dance immediately. Okay, so they're setting up for, I think it has to be Urshifu then in the back. We're going to see Imprison. Ooh, so I can't go for... Man, if I went for Nasty Plot, that'd been really nice. But we do get an Expanding Force off, I suppose, into the Torn and a Flutter Mane for some really good damage. So, not too bad. I like the idea of just going for Follow Me plus Expanding Force. Or do I want to preserve the Sash here? Preserving the Sash isn't a bad idea. I think I am just... But I think Follow Me is just perfectly acceptable here. So, you know what? I'm going to Follow Me and Expanding Force. I don't really see a big problem with it. Let's see if the Flutter Mane has Gleam or not. It is going to be Bleak Wind going to come out from the Torn. We do take some damage, but they didn't get Trick Room up, which is actually pretty big. Or Tailwind up, so that's actually pretty big for my Drago. I get a double speed drop, which is actually really unfortunate. The Dazzling Gleam going to come out here. Especially because that Flutter Mane was slow. It was slower than the Torn. I have no idea what the speed tier is, but if it was slower than Delphox, that was actually pretty big, the speed drop at least. We are able to... Or did we see the interaction the last turn? I actually should have paid attention to speed interaction last turn. Oh, well, we get rid of the... we do get rid of the Flutter Mane. Salaman's going to come in. Okay, what's the last Pokemon? And is it Intimidate Salamence? Landorus, okay. It is Intimidate Salamence, alright. It's probably a double knockout, but Ryo next to Ogerpon looks really strong. And I mean really, really strong. I think Delphox has done the job I needed to do. Yeah, I'm just going to go for Expanding Force, and I'm going to go for a Psychic, I suppose. I think this has to be Sandsphere Storm. I think that's why they want to set up the Rain Dance. Also to lower the damage of Heat Wave, I suppose. But yeah, let's just go for Expanding Force plus Heat Wave. Don't really see too much of a problem. I could switch out Delphox if I wanted to, but I think Ogerpon plus Regidrago is a really solid end game, unless this Salamence reveals something here. Maybe they have double Tailwind? They have double Tailwind. I have to play around it, but... Oh, it's Dragon Dance? Okay. That's concerning. I will go Ogerpon next to Regidrago. Yeah, the fact that it's Dragon Dance is actually concerning. We will go... I don't think I outspeed. That's a problem. Yeah, I think the thing is, no matter what I was switching into, I had to accept that, so that's not ideal. I feel like they have to Terra Salamence, right? I feel like they should have a Terra that resists Dragon. Because I could Follow Me Dragon Energy, and I feel like they would be in a bad spot. I'm going to go for the Ivy Cudgel, I think, in a Salamence, and I think I'm going to go for a Draco Meteor and a Landorus. I feel like I'm just in a really bad spot anyway. So I'll just go for a Draco Meteor. We are going to see a Terra from the Salamence. I don't know what the Salamence move is going to be, but we'll find out together. If it can't knock out the Regidrago, I do get the Dragon Energy off, or Draco Meteor off in a Landorus. I don't think it's KOing though. The problem is we don't have Dragon Fang. There is the Salamence Terra. It is Terra Fire. Wait, I could have... Do you have a spread move? You have a spread move? I was thinking like Terra Steel. I was thinking Terra Steel. Maybe it could have been Poison, so I could have went off that and went for the just Dragon Energy Follow Me, so... Oh boy. What's the move here on the Salamence? I don't know what you're running on Dragon and Salamence. Okay, it's Earthquake. Okay, so Draco Meteor was the right call. It's Life Orb. I need this to KO Landorus. Okay. And then we KO the Salamence with Ivy Cudgel. I don't know what happened here. So they had imprisoned Flutter Mane to get rid of the Trick Room. I don't understand a lot of the sequencing here, but all I know is Delphox blew up their lead. And then they definitely were not expecting to choice Scarf. Although if I was just max speed Ogerpon, I think they lost anyway because I just I KO'd a Landorus, or I would KO the Landorus and then I could Draco Meteor the Salamence, but I guess then it depends on me targeting the right Ivy Cudgelmon as being Scarf and actually KOing because of Dragon's Ball is still insane, but I was not expecting that one, I'll have to say that much. Tornadus, Landorus Incarnate, the Flutter Mane, Wellspring Ogerpon with the Raging Bolt and Rillaboom. Are they going to bring Torn in this matchup? I think that's my main question. I really wish this team probably had a better way to deal with Flutter Mane, but let's see. I think Ogerpon's really, really good in this matchup if I can set it up properly. I think that's the problem. I do like Ogerpon. I like Drago is the question. Drago's not bad here. It's not incredible though, because they usually run Terra Fairy on the I don't know actually if this is, it could be not Assault Vest on the Raging Bolt, because a lot of them were Terra Fairy, but Rillaboom usually does like the Assault Vest side. It could be Miracle Seed and it could be Assault Vest, but it could also be like Boost Energy or Safety Goggles too. Drago does do a lot of damage opening up, but I don't know if we are able to accomplish that. I think my best lead is probably Ogerpon plus the Drago actually. I do think that this is actually my best lead now that I think about it, because like the best lead that they have is probably like Flutter Mane Torn against it, and I can Terra my Ogerpon if necessary, have Indy in the back, and then the Delphox. Unfortunately, I just don't think the Torn set is going to help out in this one. We'll see. Because as much as I would love Acrobatics for the double damage, it's just like no immediate way to set it up. It's just, again, really difficult. We're going to see the lead of Tornadus Flutter Mane. Okay, yeah, they led what I expected. This is fine. I do lead the Ogerpon plus Regidrago. I think I'm just going to go for the Terra, commit it. Going to go for the... I want to target the Torn, I think, out of anything. And then go Inity. Although I could just get rid of the Flutter Mane, but they might preserve it, because because Flutter Mane is like really crucial to their Drago matchup. So I don't know if it'll be the case. Actually, I should probably try to get rid of Flutter Mane if I can, especially since it wasn't Boost Energy. It's probably Specs. I'm gonna go Indy and go straight for the Ivy Cudgel. There's a chance that they went for a tail. There's a chance they went for Bleakwind or Tailwind. No matter what they click, Ogerpon will survive the turn, or should survive the turn, I'll say that much. Looks like no Terra from their side, so it's not Terra on the Flutter Mane, which is good. So I'm not taking so much damage from Dazzling Gleam or Moonblast this turn, which is good. I need to figure a way to deal with the Torn though. Let's see what they click. Tailwind or Bleakwind? Because if they Bleakwind, the damage is a little bit concerning, but if they went for Tailwind, okay, yeah, we can play this out, stall it out. All right. Went for Shadow Ball. Oh, they expected to Terra from the Regidrago, maybe Terra Steel. Oh, but we are able to get rid of the Flutter Mane in one shot, and Drago's freed up now, but also my Delphox is also in a lot better of a spot. I want to get rid of the Torn before I can send in my Drago. Let's see if Inity comes in, I suppose. If Inity comes in, that's okay. Rillaboom. All right. My goal is to get rid of the Torn. So we will go for a Spiky Shield. I just don't want a Heart Swap. I take so much damage though. I don't think it's ever worth it. I think I just protect the Inity this turn. I don't think I get an Expanding Force game, but okay, we're gonna see a Terra come out from their side. Terra on Rillaboom into what? Terra Grass, I guess. Oh, I guess they really want to brute force the Indy. Okay, that's fine. So this should be Bleak Wind plus Woodhammer, I would assume, into the Entity slot. I'm just double protecting because I want to stall out the turn of Tailwind because that's going to be important for my endgame scenario. They go for Taunt into the Ogerpon. Okay. I guess they're just going for Terra Grass Woodhammer and Entity, hoping for the knockout. Oh, they targeted the Ogerpon. Okay. I could have went for Spiky Shield Trick Room, so I was surprised they would have let me get that off, but I'll accept that. I mean, my place to always just Ivy Cudgel to Torn and click Follow Me. Yeah, interesting taunt, but we will Follow Me, so this is pretty good, especially if they taunt again. Let's see if they taunt again. They do taunt again. All right, I can understand like the idea of being able to taunt if I don't go for the Trick Room, but yeah, or if I don't go for Spiky Shield because I can't Spiky Shield stall out the next turn. But Woodhammer gonna come out from the Terra Grass, just able to KO the Indie, perfectly acceptable. They take a lot of recoil, gonna be in range of Heat Wave if they already Assault Vest set, so this is pretty ideal. All right, and then I'm pretty sure I can just drag it. I don't know if I want to lock in a Dragon Energy though. Here comes an Ivy Cudgel into the Torn. It's not a knockout, that's the problem. I do think that Drago might be the play though. The problem I'm seeing, yeah, I think I actually do want to go Drago, and there's a reason why I want to go Drago. So the reason I want to go Drago is because I'm thinking, okay, if I go Delphox, if I went Delphox here and click Follow Me Heat Wave, losing my Sash is probably pretty bad. The reason I didn't want to go Drago is because I'm going to click Follow Me plus a Dragon Energy here, and if they get a Bleak Wind Speed Drop or crit, it's kind of annoying, but I think I kind of have to risk it at this point. Because I think if I lose my Sash on Delphox, I'm a little bit worried about the Landorus-I potentially remaining. They go for Bleak Wind. Okay, let's see. Moment of Truth. Yep, I was afraid of that. Is this a winnable game? I think so. That's really going to come down to Delphox. Okay, Woodhammer going to KO the Ogerpon. They're going to take a bunch of recoil. Dry Energy should be able to KO both. Unless this Rillaboom has a Pinch Berry for some reason. Which I don't think should be the case. Yeah, okay, perfect. Dry Energy is fired off. KOs both. Tailwind's finally out. Last Pokemon. They also... Because I think it's probably Sandsear Storm Landorus, which is why I also made this play. They can't Terra anymore. We get rid of Rillaboom. Let's see if Landorus is in the back, because I did have to unfortunately risk the speed drop in, yeah. But I do think that having the Sash can help me seal up with the Delphox if it's Landorus-I in the back, which is probably the scariest Pokemon, I think, because I got rid of Flare Mane, so Landorus-I is the fastest Mon. If it's the Wellspring Ogerpon, I think it's okay too, because they can't Terra and I just Nasty Plot in front of it. Yeah, like they have Ogerpon. So I'm pretty sure that I secured a game here with a Nasty Plot plus a Dragon Energy. Because I have Focus Sash on the Delphox, so they can't really stop me here. They go for the Dragon Energy and the Nasty Plot. If they target the Delphox, I get 2 Dragon Energies off potentially. And if they target the Drago, I don't even know if they can KO the Drago. Yeah, they don't. Not by a lot. Ivy Cudgel crit probably when I KO, so Dragon Energy. I don't do too much damage because of the damage I've taken, but all I have, Drago, is just stall out turns. What was the last Pokemon? It was Raging Bolt. Yeah, they had Raging Bolt. I still had Raging Bolt, and Drago might still have been important, but the thing is, like, I'm pretty sure that Scarlet Drago would have still outsped the Bolt at -1, so I was okay with it. I think the speed drop was my best odds, because Landorus-I was like the annoying one with Sandsear Storm, and I don't think Spread Dry Energy would have KO'd. But yeah, we will go for Expanding Force into Ogerpon. We'll go for a Dry Energy, and that will seal up the game. So not bad. Not bad. A good opening here, and then just being able to clean up, I think, with the Delphox plus the Drago was a good position. Again, I think Landorus-I, if it was, my plan was, again, Sandsear Storm, Landorus-I, Nasty Plot, Sandsear Storm hits, assuming both in the worst case. Regidrago goes down, Delphox survives, we have Focus Sash, and we have Blaze. So we have a +2 Blaze Heat Wave, which should KO the Landorus-I. I have no idea if Expanding Force KOs it, so I'm not risking. I'm actually just gonna go for the Heat Wave at that point. All right, let's go over the games. In game 1, my opponent not bringing Chiyu made my life a lot easier, but the right call on the leads with the correct targets with my Wellspring Ogerpon gave me a solid start. Getting in Delphox on the last turn of Trick Room and preserving Entity allowed me to sweep the remaining with Expanding Force in Psychic Terrain. In Game 2, was not expecting the Choice Band Okidogi, but had a decent spot able to chip away my opponent. Got a little dicey towards the end due to the Tornadus having a weak acrobatics thanks to King's Rock, but was able to clutchly survive the Rock Slide and finish off my opponent's remaining mons paired with Delphox. In Game 3, had a good start with Delphox being able to clear the lead, but the Salamence was able to get a free Dragon Dance next to the Landorus, which was able to go for rain accurate Sandseer Storms. Came down to the move of choice on the Salamence, but I picked correctly with the Draco Meteor onto the Landorus and read the Terra on the Salamence. Game 4, being able to get rid of my opponent's Fluttermane was huge turn 1, as that helped me get a good mid-game position with Regidrago to clean up the Rillaboom and Tornadus. Then Delphox with Regidrago was able to beat the solo Ogerpon. Delphox is definitely interesting. Being one of the fastest Expanding Force users, it was able to put on a lot of pressure, and that nasty plot, if you are able to get one, and then those Expanding Forces and Heat Waves will really hurt, which is very solid coverage. Of course, we've seen it with Armarouge, how effective that can be. Having a faster version is definitely something that can catch a lot of opponents off guard. Definitely an interesting team overall. I do think that I would have probably liked the Psychic Seed on Tornadus. Just having King's Rock was an interesting tech, but the problem is Tornadus is still a little bit of a weird speed tier, and just not being able to go for a really strong acrobatics immediately did hurt it quite a bit. So I think if I was to try out a different version of this team and make some adjustments, it'd probably be either a no item Tornadus potentially, or just have the Psychic Seed so I can go for the instant acrobatics. But really fun otherwise. If you'd like to check out the team, you could try it out with the rental code on your screen, hopefully, if the team is still available. Otherwise, you can check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.